How is healthcare like in Thailand? How much does it cost? In this video, I'll share my journey of getting my health check in Thailand. I'll share how my health has changed over the past year after moving from Singapore to Thailand. And I'll also be sharing how I'm insured in both Singapore and Thailand. So it's been almost a year since I moved from Singapore to Chiang Mai, Thailand, and actually wasn't planning on getting my health check. I mean, I know that, it's kind of that time of the year to get the annual health check, but I was kind of dragging my feet. And then a few days ago, while I was walking my dog, right, it suddenly rained. It's rainy season now, so it suddenly rained and I jogged back, wanted to run back home. And then I realized after a few minutes of just jogging, I was breathless. So I thought, hey, something is wrong. So I better get myself checked. I Googled and I realized, maybe it is lack of certain minerals in the blood. And AI asked me to do a blood test to check it out. So I was like, okay, let me just do a blood test. I was thinking of what options there are. And apparently there was just one lab that is just 5 minutes from my place. So I thought, okay, maybe I'll just go there, get my blood work done and check it out. So that very same night, I actually booked the appointment, and then I booked it at after 7 p.m. And then the next morning, because you have to fast 10 to 12 hours before the blood test, right? So the next morning I went, first thing in the morning at 7 a.m. I just went in and took the blood test. Very simple, very straightforward procedure. The moment you check in and the moment you walk in, you get yourself registered with your passport. Physical or soft copy is fine. The people spoke English and it was no problem with communication. And then I just went to draw the blood, and the nurse or the person who was showing the blood was so gentle. There was no problem at all. And everything was very smooth. Then after that, of course, the package that I took, right, is the kind of middle package. It costs 2,500 Thai baht. It's about 100 Sing dollars. I think the similar package in Singapore probably costs 2 to 3 times more. Yeah, but this is like kind of full blood test. It has some tests for cancer markers. It tests for thyroid and stuff like that. I also managed to take my blood pressure on my own. It's like a DIY machine. Just go in and just press a button, and take the machine just reads the blood pressure for me. All along I have had kind of normal or low to normal blood pressure. That is normal for me because I'm quite short. So yeah, it is all good. And then the blood test result is given on the same day. I went in at 7 and then I left the lab by 7:20. And then, the result was actually out by 12:30 p.m. They just emailed it to me, and that's it. And the results came out to be quite stellar, quite good. I actually added one test on top of the standard test because AI told me I might be down on iron, and apparently it was correct. I was actually down on ferritin, which is like a long-term store of iron. So yeah, now I am looking to do iron supplementation, but I wanted to make sure that I'm supplementing correctly, so I just booked a doctor consult to get the sign off from the doctor. But I went to the pharmacy and got like the iron supplementation is only 60 baht. I was so surprised, 60 baht less than $3, and you get like the 100 tablets of kind of the iron supplement. Yeah, but before I take it, I will just go to the English speaking doctor to make sure that I'm not overdosing on iron. Yeah, so that was actually quite a good experience, quite fast free. For me it wasn't really a planned kind of health check, so yeah, I did it with a lab and I didn't actually go and take a health package with the hospital. But I think it's the same. I think as long as the blood work result says everything is normal, it's fine. So I think, this whole year in Chiang Mai, I think it has been great for my health. I was quite happy with the blood work result. I mean, to be honest, like last year when I did my blood work also, it was all fine, but good to maintain it. For me, just being here in Chiang Mai, I think first of all, I definitely my sleep has improved. I have a very good sleep schedule. I sleep around 10, 11, wake up at 7 more or less. So it's a very good sleep. I have no issues with sleep. I think in Singapore sometimes I needed to take melatonin, or I needed to kind of like pour myself a glass of wine to unwind. Here there is no need to. I just kind of sleep like a baby. So yeah, I think sleep is something that is very important, but a lot of people kind of overlook. Yeah, and then definitely in terms of food, it is awesome. Of course, you can still eat very unhealthily here, but I do like that there is a abundance of fruits and veggie and fresh produce at very good affordable price. Even if you wanted something organic, right, it is very readily available and very affordable as well. So food has been awesome. Here it's easy to, of course, eat out. It's also easy for you to just buy the ingredients and cook at home, just up to personal preference. Actually being here, I think the biggest difference for me was actually kind of reducing alcohol by a lot and totally quitting cigarettes and smoking. So yeah, that has been very good for my health, my respiratory system. I think has gotten a good reset. There is no more toxic fumes going into my lungs. Alcohol, I still occasionally drink. I would take a beer sing or a beer sing or Chang beer, but yeah, like nothing as crazy as what it used to be, which was more of like whiskey and like bottles of wine and crazy amount of alcohol that damaged my system. And also one last part is exercise. I think here I just every day I just move a lot more. I think I just walk more and hang out in the garden and do some active work in the garden. I mean, not so much lah, but some work in the garden. And then I think it's easy to just go for classes. I go for Muay Thai. I go for rock climbing, bouldering. I go for badminton session nowadays. There's a lot of badminton courts that you can rent at like very low price. So a badminton court you can rent for 180 baht, which is less than $10. And then Muay Thai is about, you know, 300 Thai baht, right? And then if you want to go bouldering or rock climbing, the kind of indoor gyms cost about 300 to 500 Thai baht per day pass. So yeah, it's just very easy to enjoy working out. And of course you can go to the mountains to do hiking, which is absolutely free. For some places you probably need to pay like maybe 20 to 100 Thai baht for entrance fee to the park. But yeah, it's very affordable. So I think it's easy to get workout here, and you don't feel like it's a workout because it's fun. um yeah, so it's very good for my mental health. It's also good for physical health as well. Yeah, so and then of course overall my stress level has reduced a lot, which I think is one key factor for better health as well, for sure. I do feel like there's a lot more energy, right? Lastly, some of you guys have been asking me about insurance. So let me share a little bit more about how I'm insured in Singapore and in Thailand. So basically, right, in Singapore, I still keep my life insurance, and then I also have all the health insurance, right? So I have my health insurance as well. Sorry for the bad handwriting. Yeah, so I do keep my life insurance and my health insurance in Singapore. The health insurance is a hospitalization plan, which mostly I do pay using MediSave. So that's what I have in Singapore. And then in Thailand, because healthcare can get very expensive if you do need to go for hospitalization, or if you do need to have long-term care in Thailand, I do have a few insurance in Thailand. I do have, of course, the health insurance, right? So basically, that covers me if I need to go into any hospitals. Because in Thailand, for foreigners, you know, you wouldn't go to the public, you'll be going to the private hospitals with English speaking doctors, and it's just more suitable for your healthcare needs. But the bills can get quite high quite easily, right? So health insurance is a must, I think, if you're here in Thailand long term. And then I also have my critical illness insurance, right? So the critical illness, in case I have any early critical illness or critical illness, I do have a critical illness plan to cover. Actually, the health insurance will probably pay out all the inpatient kind of pay for the inpatient treatment, but in case there is any outpatient treatment or the critical illness requires long-term care, then the critical illness will kick in. Basically, you know, once you are diagnosed with like early critical illness or critical illness, you get like a certain part of the payout as in cash, depending on the plan. But that's the plan that I sign up for. I do get like a percentage of the payout as soon as you're diagnosed. Yeah. And then also I have, of course, the car insurance. Okay, car insurance, well, to to pay for any damages or any accident, medical expense that's caused by accident, you know, that will also be covered under the car insurance. I used to have a personal accident plan as well, but I think after reviewing it again, I realized there's like double counting, so I kind of do not continue my personal accident plan. So all in all, I'm 38 this year. For insurance in Thailand, I pay about 120 Sing dollars. Yeah, so per month. Yeah, so that's how much I pay for insurance. 120 Sing dollars per month for the insurance that I have in Thailand. And then of course I continue paying the premiums that I pay in Singapore for the life insurance and the health insurance. So anyway, hope this is helpful to you. And of course, everybody's situation is different. So this is just my sharing of my personal circumstance. I hope it's a good reference for you. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one. Bye.